Here we go again. Same old shit again. Hello, YouTube. Hello, MGTOW. Hello, Red Pill. This is Red Pill in the Wind. I'd like to welcome you to another installment of Shit Hits the Fan. I am your host, Red Pill in the Wind, and we may or may not have a special guest coming in. I'm gonna, like I said, in case anybody else wants to join, in case that host doesn't, in case the special guest is going to come, I am going to leave the link in the chat if for anybody wants to step in. Now, me and a special guest were talking about something over on Discord, and it's the state of the manosphere. Now, it's one thing if you're trying to get donations to improve the quality and the content of your videos, but literally, once you get to a certain point, your quality, unless you are consistently learning and improving yourself, you're not going to improve the content, you know. Now, a lot of people have switched to OBS because it makes their content, their message a little better, a little bit more cleaner. Me personally, I do this on my phone. It's just what it is. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. Now, a lot of problems revolves around dick police. It's none of my business where you put your stake. And it's so, and if I like so, it's none of your business where I put my stake. You kind of get the drift there. Now, every 6 months, you're gonna have people adding things to their own to MGTOW that is literally not even necessary. You know, there's so many rules and regulations in MGTOW nowadays. It's like, god dang, really? And there are some people that are actually tired of it. There are some people that are actually tired of being vetted when they've been in the community for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, 10 plus years. Come on, come on. How long? How long is long enough? You literally got people vetting me. You've got people vetting me. How long is too long? You know, you're pushing out all of you're pushing out all of the thinkers in MGTOW. You're pushing out all the people that are thinking, that are thinkers, that are not just people that are just gonna go along with some jack fornicacy. And quite honestly, I have tried. I have tried to keep MGTOW from getting woke, but I'm only one person with a low subscriber count. What am I gonna do? Absolutely piss all. You know, absolutely piss all. But enough of this here show. I'm gonna go and continue on with the meat and potatoes, unless the host comes in. I mean, not unless the special guest comes in and decides that he wants to talk about something more. But the thing is, people are just getting sick of it. Now, onward and upward. How's everybody's Friday evening, Friday/Friday morning? We have some guests. You got JR. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. Hopefully everybody's week has been relatively okay. And everybody's Friday morning and the Saturday evening is going pretty good. I've got a few hours. I got myself a good nap or a good sleep before my hours come back. And from there, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Am I going to be taking you on the road with me, or am I just going to basically be stationary? Yeah, it's good to have you for the love of God. Oh, it's okay. You know, it's okay. I understand. Like people, little people, like the show just started. But the thing is like a lot of things. Hey, take your time, Black Wolf. Take your time. It's a specialty, and take your time. Make sure everything's on the home front is okay. The thing is, there's a lot of problems that we're facing as men, and I'm going to say this: in the 1920s, up until the 1970s, 80s, maybe a little bit into the 90s, the man's job. Oh, nice. Nice. The man's job was to be a provider, the head of the household. The man ate first, was served first, then the kids. It was God, man, wife, everything else. Kids, then dog. You know, it was man, it was God, man, wife, kids, then the dog or the family pet. Now, in days, the dog will get fed first, then the kids, then the man. The only reason the man in those days, before previously did all this, would get fed last is to make sure his kids ate, his children ate, you know, is to make sure that his children ate, were able to have a better chance when things are scarce. But typically it was God, man, wife, kids, then pet. Nowadays, the man's role has been relegated to survival. There's no two and a half, there's no 2.5 children. There's no white picket fence. There's no two cars with a garage and a motorcycle or whatever, an ATV and a series of dirt bikes or whatever. There's no house. There's no wife. There's no kids. There's no dog or cat or whatever. With a peach tree in the backyard and some sort in the flower garden in the for flower victory garden in the front yard. It is now survival. Live as long as you can, the best that you can. I know where I reside in on a SMV, on a sexual marketplace value. The question is, do you? If you know where you reside on a sexual marketplace value, anything these PUAs say is worth piss all. It's just what it is. I know the reason I don't listen to anything these PUAs say, or anything these pickup artists say, is because I know where I reside on the marketplace. I know exactly, or I know the general area that I reside in the marketplace. That is mid to low 80%. I'm generous when I say 70% and lower. When it's poor, more than likely 50% or lower. Yeah, I'm 6 foot. Yeah, great. Whoopty frickin' ding. Yeah, I got a beard. Oh, yeah, great. But the thing is I realized is I didn't start hitting my stride until my late 20s, early 30s. As I said, as I said, the goal of the man nowadays is to survive. That is the modern man, is survival. That is the modern man's purpose is survival now. No children, just survival. I got I got red pills early on in life before I wouldn't even did it before I even knew what red pills were, you know. Earlier on in life. Think about that. I don't know if I said this about when I was younger, hide and go get it, you know. Oh, I don't go to the dating marketplace. I just know where the heck I reside. I just like I said, I don't go to the dating market. No, no. I was like I said, I was outset in the dating market at a young age. You know, I was completely ousted. I'm sure that Black Wolf was is a mod in my channel. Yeah, there we go. Let me make sure that Black Wolf is a mod in my channel. But I don't go to the dating market because I know where I reside. Because I know exactly where I reside. You know, I had to calumet that over a course of years, from beginning to the end. My only purpose in life is survival. You know, Baron Yam, welcome. What's up? Like I said, my only purpose in life is survival. Now, many people, you may see it differently than me. Great, but I already know. I'm okay with it. Amazing. I'm okay with it. I am. I'm perfectly for right now. I mean, I'm content with it. I mean, do I have a choice? No. I mean, I do have a choice. I could basically go ahead and get the plastic surgery, but that would cost money. Money that I don't really give a damn on spending. And quite frankly, I prefer myself the way I am. You know, I actually prefer myself the way I am because what you do to yourself with plastic surgery does not carry on to your children. Hamster. Oh boy, I'm already. Oh I mean, he might have a point, but you might. You know, I said I only consume breaths for substance. You know, you got to look at Yam in an abstract way. You know, you got to look at Yam in an abstract way. You know, because he has a way of saying things that if you really pay attention, if you really think about it, you begin to understand. You really think about it. If like I said, he has a way to get you to think outside the box. You know, if you take the time to and the patience to look at it. Exactly. Apparently, I'm not black because I don't hit the pipe. Like I said, if you gotta think outside the box with him, you know, because if you don't think outside the box, you're just gonna be mad because you're gonna get offended because now he's kicking at the box. In a way, he's kicking at the box to let you know there's another danger that you don't see because your mind's so far shoved up inside that box that you don't see it. You know, if you really like I said, but back on topic is like the reason I what left the dating market is because I know where I reside in it, and I know that if I were to be in a dating market today, the only options that I have are single mothers with baby daddies that are in jail who's getting ready to get out soon. Who's gonna be mad that I'm plugging this chick? You know, and basically single mothers with illegitimate children. You know, I wonder what's going on here. Single mothers with illegitimate children, and it's just what it is. You know. Now, I don't know if I told you the story, but I understood. I look back and I see a lot of the things. It's my back muscles I got to worry about. Well, I hate to worry about them. Not until I have to go back to, not until I go back to flatbed. Not until I go back to flatbed. I don't got to worry about that. But for me, I look at all the things from when I was younger and shooting blanks to today. Now, first things first, MGTOW and Red Pill. MGTOW and Red Pill is about understanding female nature, but you need to take that one step further. You have to understand your own nature as a man. You also got to understand the history of how you got here, on what it is. You know, I did not take. I mean, well, I don't know. Like, it's just what it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting. For me, like I said, I know my own nature. I know what I've been through. I know what I've seen. You know, and I'm gonna tell you a little something about when I was a kid. There's a game called Hide and Go Get It when I was younger. Let's just say, let's just say that when I was the one hiding, the seekers were about as deaf and blind as Helen Keller. They were about as deaf and blind as Helen Keller. And when I was the person who was hiding, I could be wearing a neon vest with a neon sign being held by a series of drones with a band playing saying, here I am, come get me." And they were blind and deaf as Helen Keller. So, and both times when I was walking up the street, there were people. There were there. Like Pirates of the Caribbean scene where the captain is the captain of the British ship is surrounded by two ships, and yeah, and and he's walking down the railings. The railings are exploding behind him. Now picture that, but it's chicks falling all over dudes, falling on dudes. You look back, just picture that. I did yell out from the hiding spot. They were deaf. I literally walked out in the middle of the open, and they literally just walked past me. They literally just walked past me. You know. So as I was walking home, which is basically me leaving the hiding spot, basically saw it. Just basically that Pirates of the Caribbean scene comes to my head. And when I was literally seeking, these chicks were scout daggone snipers. These chicks were scout sniper, Delta Force, Special Forces, freaking Ranger Battalion, Scout Sniper, MARSOC, Marine Recon, Navy SEAL Sniper Team mug people. And they didn't even have ghillie suits. To be honest with you, there are times where actually there are times when I'm looking back, wondering if they actually had ghillie suits planned out because how well they hidden. And basically, when I heard hide and go get it, it was time for me to go home. It's time for me to go home. But I guess what? I got the last laugh because many of them chicks are miserable, dealing with screaming, illegitimate children with a car they can't even get inspected because it ain't theirs and their baby daddy's in jail. Ain't paid the tags and title and all goodness knows how long. Stuck in a roach infested apartment. Not my banana, not my gorilla, not my key to the zoo. You know, not my key to the zoo. And then I basically stopped hanging out down there in there, you know, because I knew understood where was going to happen. This water's good. Now, for me, I did get the last laugh. Fast forward to middle school. Did you know that there's an actual phone number that women give you to let you know that you were rejected? Yeah, there's an actual phone number to let you know that you were rejected, to let you know that you were actually rejected. The reject number. The reject number. There are actually multiple numbers. One of them Rick rolls you, you know? And that's just that just basically just is definitely the ultimate fu. That was the ultimate fu back in them days. Or the old dial up where the hashtag is used to be called the pound sign. I still call it the pound sign. Back in the days, rotary phones were still in effect. That's crazy. And it was definitely interesting. That's for daggone sure. And for me, it's like it was interesting. That's for daggone sure. It was definitely interesting. For the one chick that actually did get the number and I did call, apparently she decided to invite her friends over. It's like adding salt to an already festering wound. And basically having her friends play these stupid, having these her friends decide to be on the party line and play stupid games with me, and then pretend like I don't exist, and pretend like I don't exist, and school the next day. Interesting. Had that before, and yeah, you'd be surprised. I don't ask. After this, I mean, not that wasn't the final incident where I stopped asking for women's number. Final incident when I was on a bus, on a Pat bus, and apparently this chick really decided that, yeah, I'm not gonna give him a real number. I'm gonna give him a fake number. I got a fake number. That's where I got the reject line, the reject line, one of the reject lines. Nothing like a salt to a festering wound. And yeah, it's just what it is. Luckily, there was Craigslist and Backpage back then. So, but before I turned 20, I mean, after I turned 21, well, when I turned 21, I managed to lose my virginity after 21 years, which was a perpendicular waste of time, you know, a perpendicular waste of time. Because it turns out that they will do, yeah, it's a perpendicular waste of time. Let's just say that I wasn't even the second timing, the second of the time. I wasn't even the third. I was the fourth time. So really, I got hooked. I lost my V card to a four timing person. Garden, proper garden tool. 304 stainless. You know, to the 304 stainless steel, which is probably the most useless steel ever. Usually used in kitchenware. Irony, ironic at its finest. But hey, it's what it is. Chick was married, trying to get back with her ex. Had another dude on the side with a freaking vehicle, and then slept with me. Funny, very funny. Yeah, it's good. I mean, maybe it's great. Maybe it's the best thing that my sister decided to chase her off. You know, actually, probably a good thing. You know, It's like, hey, don't stress yourself out, Wolf. Don't stress yourself out. Like, it's probably a good thing that you chased her off. Fast forward, yeah, I wasn't having too much fun in the days before the Marine Corps. And in the Marine Corps, I wasn't having that much fun. Irony, you know? And this is basically another calumation of where I stand. I'm in a branch with some of the best uniforms, the best dressed uniforms, and I still can't get laid or a date to the Marine Corps ball. Huh. Now, this is when people started asking celebrities to go to the ball with them. I wasn't going to stoop myself down that low. I would never stoop myself to that level of asking a celebrity to go to the Marine Corps ball. Never would I ever do that. I would never do that. Never would I ever do that to myself, which I did leave out with some dignity in the Marine Corps. But in the beginning of my career, when as a private PFC, private first class Lance Corporal, yeah, that was a huge dry spell, a really big dry spell. Hell, it was so freaking crazy of a dry spell. It was just unreasonable. In fact, a disrespectful dry spell. It's like literally, I literally got put in a friend zone twice during my career. So, best dress uniform, put in a friend zone twice, rejected at least three times. And then I get out. Luckily, there was still Backpage and Craigslist. So I could get a little bit of play for a little while. Then I realized that, you know what? This shit's expensive. I just basically just said, screw it. Screw it all. And then I go on a deployment to Jordan and somehow stumble upon the red pill in MGTOW. Now, through this whole time that I was making content, all this time that I was making content, I was evaluating myself. I was doing a self-analysis. And I was taking, I already chopped off the 20%. I already chopped off 20% of 100. Then I started taking the events of my life, and I started compiling them, starting taking points off for 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 certain events. That's why I say that I'm mid to low 80%. And I'm mid to low 80. Now, that's another red pill that is, even though I did get some play, but I literally had to come to grips with that fact. I mean, I'm not top tier. Oh my goodness, I'm not top tier. Am I Better with money? Yeah, I'm pretty better. I'm pretty good with money. I mean, I typically don't keep all of my money in one place, but hey, typically like to keep my money in different places, spread around so that it's if one thing goes wrong, I have this backup, multiple backups. You also keep a few bucks in a couple foreign currencies. Jordanian dinar and euros. That stuff. I kept a few dinar and a few euros for my deployment for when I went to Germany on a layover. Yeah, when I went to Germany on the layover, it was interesting. Let's just say the least. Now, like I said, I don't keep my money in one spot. I keep it in a few other spots. Any spot that I can keep my money busy. Now, would I say that does it elevate me up enough to be out of the mid to low? No, it doesn't. Because I ain't much to look at. And the irony is like the same thing that I was made fun of is now some of the things that people are striving for with Botox. It's actually funny. It's actually funny. The fact that nowadays people are getting Botox injections in their lips, but yet mine are all natural and they had the audacity to make fun of me. Huh. That's funny. Everything that I see today, it just makes me laugh. It makes me laugh, you know, because without coming to grips, you wouldn't be able to have you wouldn't be able to have such a sense of humor with today's standards, you know? And it's funny that these people have the audacity to dictate how you're supposed to feel. But yet these people have the audacity to call me scared of getting laid. No, I'm not scared of getting laid. I just don't care anymore. I've come to grips to who I am. I've accepted who I am, and I've learned to embrace who I am. I'm not going to change with plastic surgery. I'm not going to change with any type of BS surgery that they come up with because first things foremost is like plastic surgery doesn't change fuck all from Freddy on a genetic level. So everything that you fixed on your body, your child's going to have to deal with. Let that sink in. Everything that you fix, every flaw that you've basically corrected onto your body, your child is going to have to deal with. You better hope if his mom looks good, you better hope he gets the looks. Or you better hope A, she's natural, and B, he gets her looks because it's gonna be a one hell of a ride. It's gonna be one hell of a ride for that kid. And people wonder why I went to the strip club only once in my life. Once. After seeing a bunch of freaking soldiers and Marines, I've seen a bunch of Marines throw away their money, throw away their throwing away their freaking paycheck to these strippers. Jesus, fornicate, goddamn. Can you sorry bastard get any more desperate? then coming home from a deployment, hearing that people drop $1,500 fucking dollars, $1,500 on a strip club, on a stripper, and you didn't even get none, and you didn't even get none. You could have took that money and invested it. You could have taken that money, and if you really felt that way, then just go freaking find some girlfriend experience or some crap. I'm not condone, I'm not in support of it. I mean, I actually do, I don't condone it, but but if that's what you, if that's what you feel is necessary, I mean, go for it. And if you're a virgin, keep it, you know? I've said it multiple times. Oh wow. Every half hour on the hour, huh? Every half hour on the hour, huh? That's what I gotta deal with. Now, these people have basically sat here and just blew all their money. I didn't start. Now, what got me thinking that a red pill was probably a good way to go. Well, what got me more open to it was as I got older, my thinking started to change. Now, I'm going full speed. In my 20s, I would have been able to, there was a gorge that whenever you're doing land nav, there's a gorge that you have to cross in order to get back to the starting point. In my early 20s, when I was spry, when I was a little bit, I could make that jump with full kit, a rucksack and a rifle. Full kit, rucksack, rifle, and a Kevlar on. I noticed that my speed had changed when I was going on land nav for the deployment. So I had to stop and slow down to a stop and then observe where the rocks were to keep myself from getting messed up and launched into that stream. That's when the mindset changed to go 100 miles an hour across the stream to like, yeah, let's do this the smart way. Now, me, I learned a lot from my past. I learned that asking a woman for her number is pretty much disrespecting yourself. If she really, really wants you, she'll give you her number. Hats off to Tico Trent for pointing that out. If she really wants you, she'll give you her number. Flat out. If she absolutely wants you, she will give you her number. And she will call you. Or she will give you her number or she will ask for your number. It's better if she asks because even though she gave you her number, it might not actually be her number. So it's better. It actually looks better if she asked you for her number, and then you basically just say a couple wrong digits. I mean, just ways to ask if there's ways to do things to know if she's just basically playing you. Say a couple one or two digits wrong. She'll correct it. If you don't correct it, stops. No point. When your stop comes in, ball up the paper, just drop it on the floor. Or throw it in the trash. There's no point in trying. You know. And for me, how do I get content with the stat where I'm at? Well, you basically realize the situation you're in. Look at the situation you're in, and you change the things that you can change. It's all about understanding yourself and where you sit in society. And today's society, the man's only job is to survive and maybe live their life to the best of their ability to as well as they can. That is the state of the modern man. Not to be the provider, not to be the breadwinner, to survive. Women are always going to look at the top 20% of men and completely and utterly disregard the average Joe. I already know that I'm completely disregarded at my level. I don't even exist except for by the government on paper. And it's okay. It's okay to not exist except for to the government on paper and taxes. It allows you more time to find out what you like. It allows you more time to find hobbies. And by getting a pet, it allows you time. It allows you to get used to being by yourself. You know, get a dog, get a cat, whatever. It allows you more time to learn about yourself. It also teaches you about yourself by getting a pet, by getting a dog, by getting a cat, guinea pig, rabbit, iguana, whatever. You learn about yourself while improving yourself. Get yourself a hobby, be it video games, collecting trading cards, anime figurines, or just basically collecting anime DVDs in general. Find yourself a hobby. I mean, even if you got to teach yourself how to play guitar, drums, piano, or something, find a hobby. Because especially if it's a hobby that you eventually get good at and you're able to play for money. You know, like I said, control the things you can control. What you can't control, just find a way around it. Yeah, well, dang, it's about, oh wow, it's been going on for about 50 minutes. Hey, now we're gonna go back to the manosphere as a whole. All these new people. If you stumble across, if you've gotten this far and you stumble across it, before you go and try to vet somebody, Look at their first video. If their first video that said MGTOW in the title in any point of their career, look at the first video, look at the middle video, and look at the video that they posted the last. Because you young cats who are vetting people in the manosphere are vetting the wrong people. You're allowing these PUAs, pickup artists, to come and lead other young men astray. See, they got the opportunity to basically tell young men not to do this stuff, not to do these stupid stunts. But guess what? Just so focused on paycheck that, well, mm, so focused on paycheck that they're willing to sell men out to the penal system, to the penal system. Also willing to sell men out to the graveyard. So I'll tell you, so those of you who be supporting these PUAs saying, Dom game, you need to boss up on this, and you need to step up your game. And bear in mind that, bear in mind that it ain't what it's cracked up to be. Bear in mind that you may get sent to jail or worse. See, back in the 90s to early 2000, all you had to do was have game, you know, have some sort of game, learn the game, learn the interviewing process of dating, of courtship, and understand it and develop your own original lines. Excuse me. I think it's time for me to go to bed pretty soon. You know, ain't got a host, but I am carrying this pretty well, don't you think? All you have to do is have personality. Fast forward about 5, 10 years after that, the early 2000s, Backpage is going down. Craigslist has basically deleted the dating side of it completely and utterly deleted it. Oh my goodness! Wow, you're definitely the only thing they have are the missed connections. I mean, I don't know if they still have them anymore, but well, they might still have it. Who knows? But back then, all you had to do was have a personality, and you were able to get play. The lamest of the lame could get play. Now, I don't know what these people are, but this is not what I want. And and to you people who have been married 10, 20, 30 plus years, who are basically calling MGTOW out for being this, yet, idiot. Bear in mind that you've been married and out of the dating market for for some of you, for as long as since before I was born. These are not the same women that you grew up with. These are not the same women that your son. These are not the same women that you grew up with. These are a whole nother animal. But as Tika would say, can't get mad at a lion for doing what a lion does. But I'm gonna let y'all go. This is pretty much turned into a podcast slash rant. I'm gonna get me some sleep because it's almost time for my hours to come back, and I might wait till 12 o'clock or 12, 1 o'clock to start moving. This is Red Pill in the Wind, signing off.
The shit's gonna hit the fan.
Now it's for the final thoughts. This is Red Pill in the Wind. Take the things that I've taught you, or take the things that I told you about myself, apply it to your life. Learn how to heal your damages, and any chance you get, grind whatever axes that you grind and bury whatever's left of that axis you have chipping away at your shoulder, and learn to live your life. From all we know, we only get one life. Enjoy that life to the fullest. Go do something with your life. Go find a hobby. Had anything to keep your mind occupied. Because if you do not, not only does your mind go stagnant, you end up angry and miserable. And nobody likes an angry, miserable, bitter old man. And if you're an old man and you're single and you've been in the red pill MGTOW, let the kids, and you become crotchety and mean, let the kids play on your lawn. Just let them play on your lawn. Let them be kids. Don't get mad. Cut the lawn. Just let them play. Because that's one of the few reprieves that that's one of the last reprieves that they're ever going to get in their entire lives. Because like I know, that white picket fence with the house and the 2-car garage and the two and a half, 3.5 children with a peach cobbler bacon on the windowsill, those days are gone, never to return. Get used to it, accept it. Your only job is now to survive. This is Red Pill in the Wind. Signing off.